Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you for joining me. This is New Music Finds, episode number 7. I've got 13 CDs including rare gems, revisited bands, and new releases to go through. So this is where I collect all the new music from the past week that I've purchased and presented here, whether it be from record stores, online retailers, Amazon, eBay, and more. So as I said, I've got 13 CDs to go through. Before we do though, if you're new to my channel and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please click the button. Also leave a comment, hit like, all those things help support my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy the video, please share it by either text or social media. I would also appreciate that. It helps get the word out. And of course, as I always say, by subscribing, you'll be able to stay up to date on all that's going on in the world of music. And so now we've got these 13 discs here to go through. I like to kick things off with the new releases. And for me, there was only one that came in. As you know, without having a lot of record stores around and things like that, most of my new release orders I have to do through Amazon. And so I'm at the mercy of them as to when it will arrive. Now this one actually came out March 26th, but I only just got it this past week. It's under the name Badfinger, although it's only one original member, and I've seen it where it's actually promoted as Joey Molin's Badfinger, which I really think is the better title for it. He's the only original member from the classic lineup in there, bass and vocals. But this is one of those Cleopatra record things where it's sort of like a tribute where they've got all these great guests joining him. So you got one original guy, and then you got these really great guest artists that join, like Mark Stein from Vanilla Fudge, Rick Wakeman from Yes, Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull, which is a particularly great track that he does, Todd Rundgren, Rick Springfield, and Matthew Sweet, just to name a few of these. So a lot of cool guests. I kind of look at this more as a tribute album than anything else, but they're choosing to put it under the name Badfinger, I'm sure, to draw in extra sales, and so there's that. Now, I was actually due one brand new release from this past Friday, which is April 2nd, which was the Infectious Grooves Take You on a Ride EP, a 12-inch vinyl that was originally released during Record Store Day and features 3 unreleased songs on it from 1995 and one brand new recording. But unfortunately, it hasn't arrived yet. When it does, I will let you know. It says currently unavailable, so I don't know if I'm going to get it. But I've had a lot of good success just leaving it and letting Amazon keep working on getting it. And, you know, sometimes like the, box set you see in the background there of the Thin Lizzy, they hunted one of those down months after it was unavailable. They said it still was. I ordered one and I still got it. So anyway, moving on now to items that I searched out this past week. There are 12 of these here, and we're starting with Crawler. So this is a 1977 album. I picked it up from my local record store, Academy Records in Manhattan. Great used record store. Formed out of the ashes of Backstreet Crawler, to where they get their name. This was after the death of guitarist Paul Kossoff, who was from Free. When he passed away, though, they changed the name to Crawler, and they added new guitarist Jeff Whitehorn. You'd know him from Procol Harum, and of course he's done a lot of work with Roger Waters. So really great follow-up album there from 1977. It's on the Wounded Bird label, and I'm really glad I was able to get a hold of that because it's out of print now. Now, the next thing is Midnight Run, the soundtrack from 1988. I ordered this off of eBay. So if you guys recall and watch other videos on my channel, then I did a Q&A number 2, and I was asked what's my favorite movie. Incidentally, I said Midnight Run, and someone also asked about the soundtracks that I own, which made me think about this. I have always really liked the soundtrack to this, so I thought I'm going to try and search it out, and I got lucky and I found one that wasn't too much. I think it was like 25 bucks, but these go for hundreds of dollars usually through Amazon and other things on eBay, but I got pretty lucky with it. And what I was surprised to find was that the music is done by Danny Elfman and Steve Bartok, who are both members, or were members, of Oingo Boingo. Now, the music doesn't sound anything like Oingo Boingo, but it shows you the caliber of who was creating the music and everything. So, incidentally, I ordered it, and I'm actually really happy because every time I listen to this, it just puts a smile on my face. If you're a fan of the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, next up, I got another one off of eBay. Dare, Out of the Silence from 1988. It's a reprint from 2008 when they reissued it, but it is still on the A&M label and everything, so I was really glad to get a hold of this. It's the debut album, and the band featured Darren Wharton on vocals and keyboards, coming from Thin Lizzy. He did the last 3 albums with them. And Vinnie Burns on guitars, who's played with a lot of great artists, including Asia, 10, and FM from the UK. And really good, just melodic rock, AOR type style music, very polished and produced by Mike Shipley, who's worked with Def Leppard and produced their Adrenalizer, worked with them on it and everything. So if you understand that level of production, then you'll understand what you're getting here with this. Next up, we've got Nils Lofgren. I ordered 2 from him from Amazon. These 2 here, we got the debut album, which was 1975, self-titled, and then this album here, I Came to Dance, 1977. And these are both back in print after a long time. They're on the reissue label called Music on CD, which I highly recommend. They don't do anything special, but they do reproduce the albums as they used to be, so at least you're getting them like that. Now, Nils Lofgren, if you're not familiar with him, he's played in his own bands, of course, solo, and with some great legends. So he did his own band Grin before going solo and doing this, but later he joins Neil Young and Crazy Horse, plays with them, and of course, most notable, he's part of Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. So if you guys don't know him, do check him out. He's got great solo work and definitely worthy of exploration. Next up, Axis, and it's a Circus World from 1978. Got this off of Amazon, and yes, it is a Rock Candy Records reissue. Band features 3 famous guys in it. We got Danny Johnson on guitar and vocals, having played with Rick Derringer on his first 4 albums. He also played with Steppenwolf and Alcatraz, with Graham Bonnet replacing Steve Vai. So again, tells you the caliber of musician he is. Jay Davis on bass and vocals from Derringer, the band Derringer, which of course featured Rick Derringer, but there was a period where it was a band. And Vinny Appice on drums from Derringer as well. But of course, he would go on to Black Sabbath. And the story goes that Ronnie James Dio was so impressed by the drumming on this album, he played it for Tony Iommi in order, as the audition, so to speak, to say, hey, we should really get Vinny Appice in the band. So kind of cool how all that works out. Next up, Reckless and No Frills, 1987 release. I ordered this off of Amazon. If you believe it or not, I got it for $3.87. I do not know why. It is a Wounded Bird Records album that, as far as I can tell, is out of print, but someone was selling it and had it. Really glad I got it. I don't really know anything about this band other than the fact that I checked them out. They sounded great. They're very similar to AC/DC, just good straight ahead rock and roll with some riffing that's very in line with AC/DC in that sort of vein. But yeah, if you see it, I highly recommend it, and especially for $3.87. I was really excited about that one. Okay, and the last one, which actually has 5 albums in it, The Dogs D'Amour, and it's one of these great, reissue things where they bundle it up in here, and you get all the albums that are in it like this, and their individual sleeves, which I really like. And so you get 5 of these in the Dynamite Jet Saloon from 1988. And it's got all the original artwork that Tyler, the lead vocalist, does. He does all this drawing himself. Unauthorized Bootleg, which was a compilation in 1988. Errol Flynn, this is the album I was actually ordering it for. I own these other ones in various formats. I've never been able to get a hold of this. It's astronomical on eBay and everywhere else, so I'm finally getting it here. This box set of 5 of these was $18. That to me is worth it for the price of one of these. So Errol Flynn, 1989, straight from 1990, and More Uncharted Heights of Disgrace, 1993. And for me, it's cool to get them too all bundled up like this with all the original art as they were originally done when they were vinyls and things of that nature. So if you don't know who Dogs D'Amour are, really great, good blues rock band like the Stones, maybe mixed with some Black Crowes, of course the Faces, and then you mix in some glam styling and flair into it, and that's kind of what they are. But really good stuff in my opinion. So there you go. that's New Music Finds number 7. There were 13 CDs in that. What I call, some good rare gems. There were the revisited bands in there, and of course the one new release that I did pick up in there, the Badfinger. So you get all of that in this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are receiving and so forth. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye, everyone.